Recorded Books presents an unabridged recording of A Breath of Snow and Ashes by Diana Gabaldon, narrated by Davina Porter and directed by Kathleen Gormley. This book is copyrighted 2005 by Diana Gabaldon. This recording is copyrighted 2005 by Recorded Books. The year is 1772, and on the eve of the American Revolution, the long fuse of rebellion has already been lit. Men lie dead in the streets of Boston, and in the backwoods of North Carolina, isolated cabins burn in the forest. With chaos brewing, the governor calls upon Jamie Fraser to unite the backcountry and safeguard the colony for king and crown. But from his wife, Jamie knows that 3 years hence, the shot heard around the world will be fired, and the result will be independence, with those loyal to the king either dead or in exile. And now, A Breath of Snow and Ashes.
Prologue. Time is a lot of the things people say that God is. There's the always pre-existing and having no end. There's the notion of being all-powerful, because nothing can stand against time, can it? Not mountains, not armies. And time is, of course, all healing. Give anything enough time, and everything is taken care of, all pain encompassed, all hardship erased, all loss subsumed. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Remember, man, that thou art dust, and unto dust thou shalt return. And if time is anything akin to God, I suppose that memory must be the devil. Part 1. Rumours of War. Chapter 1. An Interrupted Conversation. The dog sensed them first. Dark as it was, Ian Murray felt, rather than saw, Rollo's head lift suddenly near his thigh, ears pricking. He put a hand on the dog's neck and felt the hair there ridged with warning. So attuned as they were to each other, he didn't even think consciously, men, but put his other hand to his knife and lay still, breathing, listening. The forest was quiet. It was hours till dawn, and the air was still as that in a church, with a mist like incense rising slowly up from the ground. He had lain down to rest on the fallen trunk of a giant tulip tree, preferring the tickle of woodlice to seeping damp. He kept his hand on the dog, waiting. Rollo was growling, a low, constant rumble that Ian could barely hear, but felt easily, the vibration of it travelling up his arm, arousing all the nerves of his body. He hadn't been asleep. He rarely slept at night any more, but had been quiet, looking up into the vault of the sky, engrossed in his usual argument with God. Quietness had vanished with Rollo's movement. He sat up slowly, swinging his legs over the side of the half-rotted log, heart beating fast now. Rollo's warning hadn't changed, but the great head swivelled, following something unseen. It was a moonless night. Ian could see the faint silhouettes of trees and the moving shadows of the night, but nothing more. Then he heard them, sounds of passage, a good distance away, but coming nearer by the moment. He stood and stepped softly into the pool of black under a balsam fir. A click of the tongue, and Rollo left off his growling and followed, silent as the wolf who had been his father. Ian's resting place overlooked a game trail. The men who followed it were not hunting. White men. Now that was odd, and more than odd. He couldn't see them, but didn't need to. The noise they made was unmistakable. Indians travelling were not silent, and many of the Highlanders he lived among could move like ghosts in the wood, but he had no doubt whatever. Metal, that was it. He was hearing the jingle of harness, the clink of buttons and buckles, and gun barrels. A lot of them. So close he began to smell them. He leaned forward a little, eyes closed, the better to snuff up what clue he could. They carried pelts. Now he picked up the dried blood
Sample complete. Ready to continue?